Kakra Force, and welcome to Joy News. Now, there's no doubt there are issues with Ghana's school feeding program, from quality and quantity of food served to payment of caterers who work on the program. The challenges are enormous. What you have not seen yet is the extent to which some pupils of Liberty Avenue 4 Primary School here in Accra will go to add value to the food served them. News editor Martha Krentelakwa has more.
How are you?
We are fine, thank you. And what about you?
Oh, we are also fine here. Thank you.
I was a pupil of the Liberty Avenue 4 Primary School some 24 years ago. Standing in what used to be my primary 5 classroom, I'm recognized by Miss Amankra, a teacher who is surprisingly still at the school. This room still houses primary 5 pupils, but something has changed. The class is highly congested now. And that is not the only change. The children now benefit from the school feeding program. Today, they are having jollof rice for lunch. There is a scramble for food, and it looks like utter chaos. However, the caterer assured me everything is under control. She says she knows the over 400 children by face. However, most of the pupils want more than just the food.
So she has decided to go for chicken to make her jollof extra nice. Added spaghetti and fish to your food.
Yes.
Why?
Oh, because they don't give us fish or meat. So we will take the food and go and buy some fish to eat with it.
They may not have much money, but with 1 Ghana cedi, they can add fish, meat, egg and spaghetti to the school food. However, in some instances, they simply can't do anything to improve the quality of food.
Mondays, you all know what to eat on Mondays. What do you eat?
Jollof.
On Tuesday, what do you eat?
Beans.
On Wednesday?
Baku.
Thursday?
Mache.
Wache. And then Friday? Okay.
Oh, and in case you are wondering what they call the school feeding program, listen to this.
Why are you not eating the jollof?
Yeah, I don't like jollof.
Oh, why? Jollof is the same as rice. Is it a school feeding jollof that you don't like?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, I don't like abang.
You call the jollof abang?
Yes.
Martha Krentelakwa reporting for Joy News, Accra.
We want chicken and macaroni to add it.
Children say the darndest things. Now, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection has begun restructuring the school feeding program to ensure smooth operations. The ministry assumed responsibility for the program on the 1st of August 2015, following a directive from the President. Among steps to make things work more efficiently, the Gender Ministry is reviewing all contracts under the school feeding program. News editor Jifa Bampo caught up with the sector minister.
LEAP, that is a cash transfer, and then the school feeding program, and then the National Health Insurance Exempt program have been identified as some of the social protection programs that are actually having a positive impact on reducing poverty. There was therefore a need to coordinate these programs more closely, and the presidency and government realized that it would be better if the school feeding program was transferred to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, basically because of our new mandate in terms of social protection. So that was what occasioned the transfer from local governments to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection.
Now, we're looking through a statement coming from your ministry, and one of the things you're seeking to do is to restructure the program. Why?
The program ought to be restructured because we have realized that there are some irregularities.
When you say irregularities, what do you mean?
Presently, IOCO has been commissioned to conduct an investigation. We have situations where we have over-enrollment an inflation of the numbers of students who are being fed. For instance, if you have a school with 200 on roll, the figure that you get for payment is 400. So there are certain irregularities with the way the program is being run. And after a number of years of running the program, there is a need to do an impact assessment to evaluate the program and to make sure that we are actually on track in terms of realizing our objectives of feeding the children, and also of ensuring that we use locally produced products to enhance our economy, our agricultural economy. So this is where we are now, and this is why there's a need for us to restructure the program.
Civil society organization African Development Program has welcomed the takeover of the school feeding program by the Gender Ministry. Director of Programs Charles Othniel Abbey says there are, however, major concerns with the timing and the implementation of the review program. He warns academic work could be hampered.
In the current program arrangement, you have the District Implementation Committee, which is headed by a District Chief Executive, and then you have the Education Directorate in the district represented on the committee. You have the Health Directorate represented on the committee. One would have expected that if technology has been used very well in terms of enrollment and recruitment, then the problem of over-enrollment of beneficiary schools onto the program would not have been a problem. Because in Ghana, we like doing so many things without making use of technology. And a simple MIS, which actually the project had originally designed that MIS would play an integral role in the program delivery, has not been implemented quite well. And I'm sure it is one of the reasons why we have had the cases of over-enrollment and what have you.
When would have been a good time or a better time?
I'm sure that the ministry is in a better position to tell us what background work they have done already at this time. Because from where I sit, when you are doing such a transfer from a certain ministry to another, I'm sure that the necessary memorandum of understanding that will lead to transfer of assets, transfer of staff, and clear lines of responsibility will be well demarcated. So at the time you are announcing such a decision, you would have done this background work already.
The Gender Ministry has assumed responsibility for the school program. Are you hopeful it will be better run?
I'm looking forward to it being better, and only on conditions that the mistakes of the past are not repeated, and that information that is available through projects and researches undertaken by African Development Program, SEND program, and what have you, would inform their new actions. But I agree that the Ministry of Gender has the mandate to better coordinate all our social intervention programs.
Public Relations Officer